Hello students, welcome back to the mathematics class once again. Today I am going to discuss with you a new chapter in class 9, that is the first chapter, none other than the real numbers. Now we will be discussing this in detail, the real numbers today, and we will be solving the problems in the exercise. Okay, here this part of real numbers, the introductory part, it will fetch you a lot of knowledge, because this is an introductory part where in your higher classes you will be finding the real numbers wherever in intermediate, in your 11th class or in the 10th class. Okay, so this is the first base and the foundation in 9th class. Now here, before going into the real numbers, let's quickly understand what are the numbers. Okay, you might be knowing the number systems, you might be learning it in your previous classes, number system. Okay, the numbers are divided into mainly two types. Okay, real numbers and the imaginary numbers, which we call them as the non-real numbers. Okay, so the non-real numbers, which are called as the imaginary numbers, about those you will be learning in the higher classes, that is in 11th class and the intermediate, wherein we will be finding imaginary numbers. In that there is a section of complex numbers, those parts you will be learning in the intermediate. Okay, now from 9th and the 10th you will be learning about the real numbers. So the numbers are divided into real numbers and non-real numbers, right? This real numbers, today what we are going to learn in the first chapter, these real numbers mainly can be differentiated as two parts, that with decimals and without decimals, right? Real numbers can be bifurcated into two sections, that is the numbers which are having decimals. Decimals means points, right? 1.2, 3.2, likewise points, and without decimals mainly. Okay, so that means here when we talk about the decimals, we can all these days you might be learning different types of numbers with decimals. So again we can differentiate these decimals into three main parts. Okay, so the numbers with decimals, suppose if I take 1.2 or suppose 1.24 like this, these are called as terminating decimals, right? Terminating decimals. So terminating, the word itself means, terminate means to stop, to cut. Okay, the number, the decimal part is being stopped here, it is not continuing. So this type you have come across. And the next part we can tell it as if I take 2 1 2 1 2 1 so on, this is not stopping, it is going on. So I can call them as non-terminating repeating decimals. Okay, non-terminating repeating decimals. So some block of numbers, some part of a number is being repeated. Here 2 1 is repeated, right? Likewise 2 1 is repeated, 2 1 is repeated, right? So some block of the decimal part is being repeated again, and it is not terminating, it is not stopping. We are keeping dots, means it's going on, right? So non-terminating repeating decimals. Again, another word for repeating is recurring. In few textbooks you find recurring decimals. Recurring is nothing but repeating only. Okay, and the another type of numbers with decimals is suppose if I take 1.2 like this, it's going on. Here also we find non-terminating, it is not stopping, the decimal part is not stopping here as here, it is been going on, it's not stopping, and nothing is being repeated here. No set of numbers or no block of numbers is being repeated. Okay, always see here 2 3 4 8 9 7 6 4, likewise all are mixed and matched, and here nothing of the block of particular set of numbers is been repeated. So such numbers are called non-terminating, because they are not stopping, non-terminating, and non-recurring. We can, because they are not being repeated. Here in the case 2 1 is repeated, here they are not repeating. So non-terminating, non-repeating, decimals. Okay, there are three parts. One is terminating, the next one is non-terminating, repeating, non-terminating and non-repeating. So these types of decimals you have come across in your previous classes. So these are under with the decimals. Now moving on to without decimals, numbers without points itself. So we can write like this. When you are considering -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Suppose till infinity. Here minus infinity. Okay. So such numbers, they are all integral numbers here. See, only one number is there. There is no point, there is no decimals. So these are the numbers without decimals. Here, from here numbers, if you see, these are all called as integers. And in particular, if you see from 1, 2, 3, 4 and all, if you are considering this part, these are called positive integers. Positive integers, whereas 0 is called as a zero integer. This is called zero integer. And this negative side, all the numbers -1, -2, -3, so on to minus infinity, we call them as negative integers. So all these form integers, set of numbers, integers. They are not having any decimal part. Okay, so these are all called as integers, whereas 0 is a zero integer, and with negative sign we call them as negative integers, and with all the positive sign we call them as positive integers. And in particular, in this positive integers, if you see, all these positive integers are called as natural numbers. Natural numbers. So natural numbers are also called as counting numbers, which are starting from 1 to infinity. So we count. How do we count? 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So they are also called as counting numbers, and here 0 is not included. Okay, and this is called as a positive numbers are nothing but the natural numbers without here we don't have any decimals. And again, if you are considering here natural numbers along with 0 if you consider, they are called as whole numbers. Here we have 0, 1, 2 like that, so on to integers. So the part of 0, that is a whole part, that 0 along with the natural numbers is considered as whole numbers. Okay, so we know these are the natural numbers. Along with 0 we call it as whole numbers, and complete thing along with the negative integers we call them as integers, right? So integers are nothing but they are having negative numbers, 0, positive numbers, but they are the numbers without the decimals, right? So these are called the integers. Now moving on to this part of with the decimals, here if you see, there are these two parts. This is the terminating decimal, where that decimal expansion is stopping at some point, it will stop, and this is not terminating, it is not stopping, whereas the some part of the or some set of it numbers are being repeated. So these two numbers are forming rational numbers. We call them as rational numbers, whereas the non-terminating, non-repeating numbers are called as irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. Okay, we'll be studying about the rational as well as irrational numbers in our next classes also in detail. Okay, here rational numbers. These rational numbers are in particular, we write them rational numbers in the form of P by Q. They are the numbers in the form of P by Q, where P and Q belong to integers. Now integers are denoted by Z. Okay, so these integers are denoted by Z, whole numbers by W, natural numbers by N, and integers we also denote it by capital I also, integers. So where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. Here this is in the form of some fraction P and Q. where the denominator is not 0. This is a condition for rational numbers. We denote rational numbers with capital Q, whereas irrational numbers with Q prime or Q dash. We just call it as Q dash. Okay, so these rational numbers are of the form P by Q, where P and Q, both the numerator and the denominator, are integers. Integers are again here without decimals, and Q not equal to 0. So like any numbers can be integers. Like all the integers are rational numbers, but all rational numbers need not be integers, are not integers. For example, if I take example here, I can take an example of 2. 2 is an integer, right? But 2 is also a rational number. How? Because we can write 2 in the form of P by Q, that is 2 over 1. Any number, if you take 4 over 1. So P by Q, where Q is not 0 and P and Q are integers. So these are rational numbers. But if I take 2 upon 3, or any fraction, 3 upon 4, 4 upon 5, anything, those are rational numbers, but they are not integers, right? So integers can be rational numbers just by, even 0 is a rational number. 0 upon 1 I can write. This is P, this is Q, where Q not equal to 0. It is satisfying the condition. P and Q are integers. So 0 is here a rational number. Integer, which is a rational number, but rational number may not be integers, because some rational numbers, see here 2 upon 3 or 1 by 2, they are not integers, they are just rational numbers. So you have understood this. These are rational numbers and irrational numbers. Moving on to the irrational numbers. Here irrational numbers are the numbers which are not, simply you can say, which are not perfect squares. So you have studied in your 8th standard the squares and square roots chapter. In that, what are perfect squares? If I take a number like this, square root of 4, this is a perfect square where you get answer 2. So this is not irrational number, whereas numbers which are not perfect squares, root 3, root 2, we cannot, they are not perfect squares, isn't it? So root 5, these are all irrational numbers, examples of irrational numbers. And the pi value also. Pi value is 3.14, it goes on, still we don't know how much it is, 3.145, like that, it's going on. So it is non-terminating and non-repeating. So this pi value, root 5 value, root 2, root 3, all these values, see 1.732, it's going on, 1.414, these are the standard ones, 2.236 going on. So these are all irrational numbers. Just you can remember that, which are not perfect squares. The square root of the numbers which are not perfect squares are irrational numbers. They cannot be written in the form of P by Q. Okay, that means if they are written in the form of P by Q, they can be called as rational numbers. So here we can sum up that real numbers are the numbers which are with decimals as well as without decimals. Also we can say here we have studied about natural numbers, whole numbers, integers and all that, and in the types of numbers you will be getting in all these numbers, and still we will be studying about the even numbers, odd numbers. These are all the numbers without decimals. Okay, prime numbers, primes in short, composite numbers, okay, composite numbers and perfect numbers. See here, these are all the types of numbers without decimals. They come under integers. Now even numbers are the numbers when divided with 2 we get a remainder 0. That means it's exactly divisible by 2. Those are called as even numbers. Odd numbers are numbers when divided with 2 we get a remainder 1. So those are the odd numbers. Prime numbers are the numbers, they are also the integers. Prime numbers are the numbers having factors 1 and itself. No other factors goes with the prime numbers. They are the numbers having factors 1 and itself. Composite numbers are the numbers having factors more than 1 and itself. That means which are not prime numbers, they are called as composite numbers. perfect numbers. Now, perfect numbers are the numbers which are having the divisors. The sum of the divisors is the number itself. So, if you take example, I can give you, if you are taking an example of, suppose if you take just 20, if you take, okay. So, the divisors of 20 is 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, right, and 20. Yes. So, here if you sum up, even 20 is there. Apart from the number itself, remove that, and if you sum up these all number divisors, 10 plus 5, 15, 19, 20, 22. So, the sum of the divisors is 22. So, this is not a perfect number. That means perfect numbers are the numbers having the divisors sum, where you have to leave off this one, where the number itself is not, like, do not consider the number itself. Other divisors apart from itself, other divisors, if they sum up to the number itself, if I get 20 here, then the sum, if I get 20 here, this is called a perfect number. So, we will be learning about all these numbers in our future classes. Okay, this is all about the real numbers. Now, we can sum up here, like, see, all these integers, what I told, all integers are rational numbers, right? All integers, because you take any number, if you take any number 3, I can write 3 upon 1. If I take minus 3 upon 1. So, all integers, all these integers are rational numbers, and which are not rational are irrational numbers. So, we can sum up that here and finally we can sum up that rational as well as irrational numbers are real numbers. Okay. Here, without decimals are integers, right? Integers are again rational numbers, I told. Rational numbers along with irrational numbers are the real numbers. What we have started with, the real numbers. Okay. This is about a brief introduction of real numbers. We will look on to the exercise problems. Pause it and note it down. Now, let's see the exercise 1.1 here. Now, write any 3 rational numbers, right? Here, before starting the exercise, let me tell. Here, we were talking about the perfect numbers, right? Perfect numbers. So, the numbers whose divisors sum up to the same number itself. So, example, if you take 28, the divisors are, so 1, 2 I can write, it doesn't go with 3, so 4 sevens, 7 it goes, 14 it goes, again 28. So, moving, leaving this, the number itself we should not add. So, let us add this 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus 14. So, 21, 25, 27, 28. So, this is equal to, the sum is 28. So, this is called as a perfect square, perfect number. Perfect squares are different. Perfect squares where the square root exists. Root 4 is a perfect square. Root 9 is a perfect square. But here, perfect number. Perfect numbers are the numbers whose divisors sum up to the number itself. So, such numbers. Leaving the number, okay. You should not add the number, okay. The other divisors you should add. So, if it comes, that numbers are. Likewise, you can also, likewise, I will tell you that you can comment a few of the perfect numbers in the comment section. Okay, give me two more perfect numbers. You find out and give me 2 more perfect numbers in the comment section, right below the video. Now, moving on to the exercise. Now, write any 3 rational numbers. Any 3 rational numbers. Now, what are the rational numbers which can be written in the form of P by Q? And also, we also know that all the integers are rational numbers because they can be written in the form of P by Q. So, any of the numbers you can take. So, just 2, 3, 8, you can take -4, something, because all can be written in the form of P by Q. Also, half. So, all these are numbers which are rational. Now, the second one, explain rational numbers in your own words. How do you explain? Rational numbers are the numbers in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers, and another condition is that Q must not be equal to 0. This is the definition. We are explaining the rational numbers in these words. They are in the form of p by q, where p and q belongs to the integers and q not equal to 0. Now moving on to the second one, give one example each of the following statements. So the second one here, one example, I'll read out for you. A number which is rational but not an integer. A number which is rational but not an integer. So all the fractions you can write, any fractions. So 3 by 2 or 1 by 2, any fractions, they are the numbers which are rational numbers but they are not integers. But yes. Now second one, whole number which is not a rational number. We discussed just now. Whole numbers are having the number 0 along with the natural number. So whole number which is not a natural number is 0 simply. Now moving on, an integer which is not a whole number. Which is not a whole number. That means all the negative integers you can write. Minus 1, minus 2, like that. Negative integers, they are not whole numbers, right? Next, a number which is rational, a natural number, whole number, integer and rational number. So it should satisfy all. That means any positive numbers you can write. 2, 1, like this. They are whole, they are natural, they are integers, everything. Okay. And also they are rational because p by q. So we can write all the positive integers. If you write, that is the answer. A number which is an integer but not a natural number. Not a natural number means you can take 0, you can take negative numbers. Okay. So these are integers but they are not natural. Okay. Right. Now moving on, find 5 rational numbers between 1 and 2. This is very interesting and quite scoring for you in the examination. Find the 5 rational numbers in between. So we have to insert rational numbers in between the numbers. Okay. Here, find 5 rational numbers between 1 and 2, and the fourth one is also insert 3 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 1 by 5. Okay. So here, third one is we have to insert how many 5 rational numbers between 1 and 2. So between 1 and 2 I have to insert. So actually between any two numbers we can insert infinitely many rational numbers. There will be infinitely many rational numbers because rational numbers can be written in the form of p by q. So any fractions, all the integers, everything can be included in between two numbers. So infinitely many rational numbers we get. But here asked only 5 rational numbers, right? Here there are 2 methods in solving such problems. I'll tell both the methods and which method is applicable for what you can do. First method is the mean method. Okay. Mean method. This is the first method. Okay. Method 1. Right. So inserting between two numbers, how do we get? If you suppose this and this as R and S. One is R and one is S. So the mean method is nothing but finding out the average between those two numbers. Mean of these two numbers. So 1 plus 2. So if this is R and this is S. So 1 plus 2 by 2. That is 3 upon 2. Okay. This is one rational number between these two numbers. Right. Again, taking this as R and this as S. Between these two, again find the number, right? Like that means 1 plus 3 by 2 divided by 2. This is called the mean method. In between these two, you can find another. Again, in between these two, you can find another. Likewise, infinitely any number of rational numbers we can insert in between two numbers, right? Here, if you take the LCM, 2 plus 3 by 2. This becomes 5 over 4. Right. Basic operations you have to know. Yeah. See, these are the basic mathematical operations. I'll tell you here, the rough part. So if the number is like this, A by B upon C. Okay. This is simply A by BC. You can multiply these two. And if the number is like this, A by B upon C. Here, this comes above, right? So AC by B. If the number is A by B upon C by D. So this becomes a reciprocal. So that becomes AD by BC. Likewise. Okay. So you should know these basic operations. Now here, this I have taken the LCM and written it. Now, so in between these two I got 5 upon 4. How many I got still now? Only 2. We need to find 5. But here, mean method does not work well when there, we have to insert more. If we want to insert 5 and more than 5, this method will be very lengthy. Okay. If it is 7 and all finding out the simplification, it becomes lengthy. We have to switch over to the second method. Now, I'll tell that method also here. Now, in between these two, let me find. Again, first in between these two, I'll find out. So, 3 by 2 plus 2 by 2. So, that is 3 plus 4 by 2 by 2. So, that is 7 by 4. Here you get 7 by 4. We got 3. Now, in between these two I can take 1, in between these two I can take 1, in between these two I can take 1, in between these two I can take 1. Right? So, let me take these two first. 1 plus 5 by 4 by 2, that comes to 4 plus 5 by 4 by 2. So, that is 9 by 8. Here I got 9 by 8. And between these two I'll find out. So, 7 by 4, right, plus 2 by 2. So, that becomes 7 plus 8, LCM I am taking, 4 by 2. That becomes 15 by 8. Right. So, in between these two I got 15 by 8. Let me write this apart. Okay. So, how many I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, therefore, 5 rational numbers between 1 and 2 are, write all these which you have found out. So, this is a lengthy process. If I'll tell you another method also. So, 15 upon 8. This is the final answer. Right. Now, the second method. So, whichever method is easier we can. So, this method works out well when the denominators are equal. For equal denominators only this works well. The denominators must be same, equivalent denominators. Here if you see 1 and 2, they are having denominator 1 only, 1 upon 1, 2 upon 1, right? For that, and also this method works well when there are more number of rational numbers. If they are asking 7, 8, even for 5 you can go for this method. If they are asking 2, 3, you can use the mean method, and more than 4 you can use this second method, and check whether in this method the denominators must be equal. If they are not equal, just bring it to the equal denominators and do it. Okay. If they are not having equal denominators, bring them into equal denominators by multiplying and dividing. Okay. Here. Now, when there are equal denominators, now consider n. N is the number of rational numbers to be inserted. Now, how many rational numbers are to be inserted for me here? The question is 5 rational numbers to be inserted. Okay. So, n is that. N is 5. Now, here what we do for this first number, multiply and this is 1 upon 1. So, multiply and divide with n plus 1. Okay. N plus 1. Similarly, for 2, 2 upon 1, multiply and divide by n plus 1. N plus 1. So, this n is the number of rational numbers to be inserted. If they are asking 7, so 7 plus 1, 8, you have to multiply and divide. So, multiplying and dividing, n plus 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6, here into 6. Okay, this is 2 into 6 by 1 into 6, right? So, how much you got here? This is 6 upon 6. And this becomes 12 upon 6. Now they are equal denominators, isn't it? So equal denominator, here also equal denominators. Now how many I can write here in between? So this is nothing but 1, this is nothing but 2, because 6 1s, 6 2s. So in between easily I can write 7 by 6, 8 by 6, 9 by 6, 10 by 6, 11 by 6. These are the rational numbers, 5 rational numbers inserted. Okay. So this is the second method. When you will be using this method, when the denominators are equal, or else you can make the denominators equal and then proceed to this, where n is a number of rational numbers to be inserted. For that, add 1 and multiply and divide the r with the same thing and also the s with the n plus 1. Okay. So when you are multiplying and dividing, you are not, the value is not changed. And after getting them, so in between them, how many easily you can write? After 6, you have 7 by 6, 8 by 6, 9 by 6, 10 by 6, 11 by 6, likewise. Right? So if this method works, and it is very simple when more number of rational numbers to be inserted is asked. Okay? Pause it and note it down. Yes. The fourth problem in the exercise 1.1, insert 3 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 2 by 3. Here we have to find 3 rational numbers. So mean method works out well. As well as we don't have the equal denominators. So we don't go for the second method. Here and also only 3. So 3 means you can go for the mean method. Now here using the mean method, this is the first method, right? So 3 by 5 and 2 by 3. So our r is 3 by 5. This is s you can consider. So the first r plus s by 2, that is 3 by 5 plus 2 by 3 upon 2. So finding the average, mean means in center one, mid value, right? Here 5 and 3 you can take 15, right? LCM, okay, 5 3s, 3 9s, okay, 3 5s, so 5 2s 10. So here 19 by 30. So that is one number, 19 upon 30 in between these two. So in between these two if you find one more, in between these two if you find one more. So the 3 rational numbers will be completed. So let me find out between these two, okay. 3 by 5 plus 19 by 30 upon 2. Yes. So here again you can take the LCM 30 only. 18 plus 19 by 2. So that becomes 18 plus 37. Yes. 37 by 60. Right. This is one number. And here moving on to these two, 19 plus 30 plus 2 upon 3 divided by 2. Yes, 30 and 3. So the LCM, take it 30. 30 is the LCM. You know how to find out the LCM. Right. 19 plus 20 here. 3 tens. So 10 should be multiplied above. So this becomes 39 over 60. So these are the 3 numbers. Therefore, 19 upon 30, 37 upon 60 and 39 upon 60 are 3 rational numbers okay, inserted, to be inserted. So n natural numbers infinitely to be inserted. Infinitely many we can get. So mean method. So here see, if you are getting here 19 plus 30. So if you want to find out another 2. So again it becomes more and more lengthy and more complicated for the mean method. If they are asking 5 in between these two, so mean method does not work out. We have to go for the second method and we have to do, whereas you have to bring these to this equal denominators and find out. Okay. Pause it and note it down. And with this we will end the class here. We will see the remaining problems of the same exercise in our next class. Thank you all.